See if it does it. Boo! What's up? Hey guys. This is our Are we the news? Are we the local news now? Is this what's happening, Rune?
We
Is
might
that what
be.
we
We
are?
might be.
What's up, guys? First and 200 reporting live from Loyola Marymount University. I still, after 2 seasons here, I cannot say the name appropriately. We're at LMU. Rams training camp, day one officially kicked off. Yesterday was the introductory press conferences, calling that day zero. That's just showing up, dropping off your luggage, and high-fiving their friends, saying, hey, happy to be back in school. Today was the official. We've got guys in helmets, horns everywhere. Miles Garrett is a Ram. Today we're like remotely. I'll show everybody. This is our producer right here, and I'm just here with groundskeepers and staff cleaning up security and everything. We'll be here for probably 15 minutes or so. Just want to relay information to Rune. Rune, you are our news anchor today. You're running the show. You're holding it down at home. What are some questions you have with the rest of the fans at home that I can help be your guys' eyes and ears and answer some stuff today? Hit me, sir. What you got?
All right. So first off, is this defense as good as we think it's going to be?
Fucking looks like it. Straight up, like, well, first and foremost, crowd goes crazy. Miles Garrett comes on the field. He's out in the corner stretching with the other veterans. And then my first thought is it's kind of annoying, and Sean McVay doesn't deserve to get away with this all the time. You can't just show up to every training camp. It's like, yeah, last year he's all giddy hugging Devontae Adams. He's like, look what I got. And then now what? This year he gets to go hang out with Miles Garrett every day. He can't keep getting away with this. It's a little unfair. But what I saw all day, first day, everyone's got jitters, but the defense absolutely was making every window tight. It really felt like every pass was not rushed. I'll give the young quarterbacks credit on that one, but all through team periods, there was a tempo, there was a sense of urgency, there was a sense of direction and purpose from both quarterbacks, even from the onset of where, hey, somebody breaks the huddle, a rookie or a third stringer, he goes to the wrong spot right out the huddle, bring it the fuck back to blow the whistle. Sean McVay calls the huddle back. They're trying to get it done right the first time. We're not sitting here, you know, allowing mistakes like that to happen, which is really cool to hear. Firstly, my audio okay? You can hear me clear? Do I need to talk louder?
Yeah.
We good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's good.
Yeah. Comments, guys, definitely drop them in there. We'll try to go through if I can. Little wonky here, but defense, the windows were all tight, passing wise. Running is always a little weird in camp on offense, just because it's so muddled and there's no pads, so you're not going to get clean looks. Defenders are typically going to get an edge a little bit because they can be a little bit more aggressive. And you get away with some shit, but the windows were tight. Like, first thing I noticed from Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, if there's an impact to be felt from them, it seems to be felt in the communication. Where after every play, I'm looking at Trent McDuffie, and he's stride for stride with his guy. He's, somebody's running a corner route, and he's stride for stride. Internal clock is going. He senses plays over. He looks across the field, and you can see him kind of like almost counting, like just seeing our guys where they need to be. See a quick thumbs up, and just a lot of chatter, like a lot of chatter on the back end. That's something we're going to be paying attention to all in camp, is really that back end. How's the communication? Because last year it seemed okay at times, and we really bought into what the defensive coordinators were saying, or defensive staff, about, hey, we like our guys. But this year, right away, you sense a lot quicker to the ball. Windows are tighter. Miles Garrett didn't really take over practice like that, because credit to Warren McClendon. A lot of the reps that I saw where Miles went to the right side, Warren is kick stepping like 8 yards deep to save his life, but he stayed in front of him and kept Stetson Bennett with a clean pocket. There was one or two plays where both Stetson and Ty made good throws. Timing's good, pocket's good. You get Ty Simpson rolling out right one play, avoiding I can't remember if it was BY or Josiah Stewart, avoiding pressure, and then finding Tyler Higbee separating from Trent McDuffie on a broken play. So good to see the veteran like separating from newly acquired Trent McDuffie. So that's really cool. A lot of yapping on my end, but I will say the first feeling is the windows were tight at practice all day long. What else
Hell
you got,
yeah.
man? What else you curious about? What do you guys want? What are the comments saying too? I can't really see anything happening right now.
We got people making sure you're hydrating and putting on some sunscreen.
Forgot sunscreen.
They're looking out for you. They're looking out for you.
Totally forgot sunscreen because I'm stupid. I do see Cole. What's up, Cole? Good to see him. Boom. Hey, we can't add comments. It is working. Our Wi-Fi is working here, guys. It's awesome. Yeah, how do wide receiver tight ends look? I don't know if this is new or maybe I just missed it before, but I did hear wide receiver coach Eric Yarber refer to them as separators. I do think he's used that before rather than regulators. You got separators. Shout out to Warren G. But there was one play, Devontae Adams, left side, runs a fade. You get a quick ball from Stetson Bennett. Jalen Watson, stride for stride. Your guy, Jalen Watson, Rune. Stride for stride with him. Like physical, he's on him, leaps up, gets the tip, and then you got Cam Kinchens just diving in. They say he got the interception, but defenders are gonna say they got it every time. So we can see from our sideline, but I mean, hell of a play. Really, like day one, seeing Jalen Watson. Every time I looked over there, he's stride for stride. He's doing his thing, man. Um, but with the rest of the tight ends though, a lot of their looks, apart from the Higby score on the broken play, a lot of their looks were coming underneath. Remember, you don't have Stafford out there today. He's taking a day off, and so you have the backup quarterbacks, and that's just going to change things a lot. Stetson Bennett's not going to be pushing the ball downfield on day one all that much. Don't know if that's the script or how that works for the Rams, but yeah, a lot of like, hey, get rid of the ball, don't take sacks. That was kind of the motto for today. But hopefully the rest of the week, especially once we get pads on, we'll see a little bit more from the tight ends for sure. Let me see. We watch second string reps. Yeah, they kind of, if you've been to training camp, what they do is, I mean, they'll alternate. They'll hit whatever their script is. They'll move the ball. Hey, first down, go get the third down, and then eventually they move on to the red zone. And we did see back and forth. They're not big on telling who took how many reps with first team, second team, but if you ask any fan here, yes, Stetson Bennett started the day. He was operating mostly with the twos, and it's kind of expected. You don't think the rookie is going to do that. Do we want to talk about quarterbacks a little bit? Is that what we want to
Yeah, let's do it. We got a super chat though. I don't know if you saw that. We got a super chat from Roger.
do? I don't have access to air horns. Give us your best air horn, Rune.
Oh,
Let's hear it.
you just want me to?
Gotta hear it.
You got
Gotta hear
to.
it. Let's hear it.
There you go.
Terrible.
That's.
That's awful.
I know. Yeah, I'm not a professional air horn, guys. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Roger. Thank you, Roger. Quarterbacks. Yeah, let's talk about them a little bit. We absolutely, I won't say hyper fixated on them today, but definitely want to see how are they just operating. Not really looking to see how accurate every single pass was. To be completely blunt and honest, it doesn't matter. It's day one. These guys are allowed to come out, look a little shitty if they want to. Not that they did, because they had a lot of underneath passes. It's 1, 2, 3, bang, get the fucking ball up because you have Miles Garrett and Byron Young coming after you. So that's kind of it's a little bit of a problem. And yeah, hit it again, Rune. Hit the air horns again.
God.
Shout out to Roger. Good. Hey, thank you for being a good sport, Rune. But thank you, Roger. No, both quarterbacks. I would say on the day, Stetson obviously just looks a little bit more in control and command. Ty Simpson, there was a few passes where they were going to sail on him a little bit, and it wasn't because of pressure. I don't know if it's a technique thing. I don't know if it's just rushing the pass a little bit. He had one that looked a little bit too hot. He had Xavier Smith over the middle and underneath. Fires the ball, hits him around the helmet area. When it's under 6 yards, though, and the guys are running full speed, you can't just fire it in there 100 miles an hour. You got to soften the touch up a little bit. That's going to come with him getting used to his receiver speed, his receivers' hands, and just what their preferences, and then just the timing of this offense as well. But with Stetson, like the ball placement is where it needed to be for the most part. The worst pass of the day, if I had to say, there was a screen pass right side with the twos and threes to Xavier Smith was high. It was sailed high. And Xavier Smith is what, all 5'9", 5'8", and he leaps up, is able to bring it down, and I think manage a few yards if there was pads and everything. But that's about it. Yeah, there we go. Paula asking about Stetson Bennett. I know she's been in the comments constantly. I've seen them, Paula. Thank you for joining us. She's constantly really been defending Stetson Bennett in some of our past videos, and it's not that we don't like him. It's not that we're knocking him. I think where our comparison is we saw what Jimmy G was doing last year and his veteran leadership, and managing the pocket, managing the huddle, and just keeping things operationally clean, that's kind of falling on Stetson right now. And so he is going to get a lot of this. Hey, how are you doing with it? Are you doing the same things? Does it seem like the team is falling behind on day Stafford's not there, um, with you at the helm? And it looked good today. From the tempo and sense of urgency that we got familiar with last season, it felt exactly the same here. And it does start not just with Sean McVay, but it starts with the quarterback too. If the quarterback is having a bad day, it's going to be kind of sensed throughout the crowd, and especially with the small crowd that was here. I believe it was just season ticket holders or whatever the closed practice was. Um, yeah, just a sense of excitement from everybody and all the kids and everything. It's you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear about it really quickly, but that wasn't the case. Stetson operated it pretty cleanly, and like I said, for a vanilla offense without pads, going half shells, uh, got to feel really good about these guys. And I see Rams Down Under with a question about Jarquez Hunter. That is one of my notes. Shout out to Rams Down Under tuning in from Australia. Appreciate you guys, Hannah and Reese. Jarquez had one good play that I saw. Right side was able to bounce outside. And as I'm watching CJ Daniels start working upfield, took a good angle, but then wasn't quick enough to change direction with the defender who saw Jarquez bouncing outside. But Jarquez just too quickly. With pads on, I think that was an easy 20, 25-yard run, and he finishes around the pylon. So if that's the kind of juice that we're getting, that was awesome. And I'll touch on the rest of the running backs. Corum looked really quick, very quick. Like it looked just like those workout videos. Where that was my first reaction with seeing him try to bounce outside of a filled lane to the right side. I'm like, damn, it was pretty damn quick. And then Kyron had a good play that I think they may count as a touchdown. He had a choice route, left side, beat Spates. Spates got close to tipping it, but Kyron reeled it in from Stetson Bennett, and then he's running through the middle of the field. And then to kind of wrap up the quarterback stuff, Ty Simpson's best throw from the day was over the middle to the Kanate Mumfield. He ran about like a 10 to 12 yard in, something to that degree. Gears down just slightly over the middle. Ty hits him in stride, and Kanate's running for a lot of yards. He comes back to the sideline, and he got Coach Yarber hyping him up, telling him good job and everything. So that's got to feel really good. I don't think there was any one guy past Puka and Devontae where I felt like that guy separated from the rest of the group. It's just day one, so that's something that we will keep paying attention to. Um, let's see. Yeah, I heard some good things from Corum for sure. What other questions you got for me, Arun? What's coming to your mind, man?
I saw. I think I saw a couple about the linebackers. I kind of want to hit on that. I thought I saw a specific one. Don't know whose exact comment it was.
Dole, maybe?
Um, but no, it was one about how good did the linebackers look in coverage?
Gotcha. From today, didn't see a lot of landmen around the ball outside of like the run plays. Spates, I want to say he got picked on. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Um, Spates, I won't say got picked on, but I did see him around some of the underneath routes, whether it was a tight end, or whether it was, like I said, Kyron catching a pass around him, trying to get out those dump offs and really not hold the ball in the pocket for too long today. Sean Dolak, he did have one deflection later in practice where they tried one of those dump offs because the defense started picking up on the tells of like, okay, they're not pushing the ball downfield. And I don't know if this is just part of the game plan for today, the script, or if it's just a reaction from seeing what the defense is doing. But because the defense had all those tight windows and you have Miles Garrett off the edge, just speed rushing, obviously, like it things kind of pressure to speed up a little bit. And because of that, there was a few passes that started getting like even tighter when they're trying to get these dump offs where defenders are just right there. So if that's any hint for the season, that's what we're hoping to see as fans is when we talk about a more aggressive defense, this is what the pass rush does. It's a domino effect. You have a pass rush that affects an offense that can't hold the ball past 2.5 seconds on any given down. And so when they do want to try to set up big stuff, you know they're never going to try it. And so what happens? You're going to do checkdowns, and you know what's coming. And so that lets these guys, the linebackers, the DBs, it lets them just to come downhill, hair on fire, and get turnovers like that. So I think there was about two turnovers on the day. Don't know if the last fumble counted or it was after the play, but not too much from the linebackers. I think majority of the good plays, I would give them to the defense and or the secondary. And Cam Lampkin, not that he didn't He had a deflection. It was a Ty Simpson rollout. Toss it up right side. Just kind of put it up for Terrence Ferguson. It's covered. But how high Cam Lampkin got up on the sideline, I was a little stunned. I did not know he had verts like that, and kind of paid attention to the rest of practice. Pretty sticky. Anytime he was backside, taking away a deep kind of runoff route, he's right there. He's aggressive. He's in the guy. He's on the guy's hip. He's in his mug, and I mean, there's a lot of spots open in depth behind the starting two. So we'll see if Cam can step up, man. Really cool.
Yeah, I said on that video you had me on. Hey, I could really see him making the 53. I could see him being
Oh yeah.
the fourth guy on that on that position list. Um, let's go over to Aiden. Aiden said, "I saw By still with the brace. Is he taking normal reps with the defense?"
He wasn't limited. The only people that were going to be limited or not participate, I mean, that PUP list came out, Alzelian Hamilton, and I think it was, what was the other name? Remind me one more time.
It was Ditch, but he wasn't on PUP. He was
I almost said
non
Logan.
football.
I almost said
No,
Logan
it
Bruss.
was
I don't
that's a
know why.
poll. No,
I
but he
know.
was I think it was non-football injury. Yeah.
Not a football injury. So those are the only two. I didn't see anything happen. Him being in a brace, I don't know if that's just precautionary now, the same way other guys will, where, hey, you had a previous injury and just for either comfort, mental stuff, or, hey, if I wear it, I don't sense it and it stops it from ever reoccurring again. Some guys will just adopt it. Like, um, I'm blanking on why Kobe wears his big arm brace again, but again, like that's never really talked about. But he wears a big arm brace all the time. He looked fine. He was flying around. He looked fast. Trying to think who else stood out to me. Pull up my notes here. What else you got for me, Rune?
Muad'Dib has a question. I know
What's that?
Tuna hit the fan zone. What was your vertical, bro? 6'2"?
I don't hit anything
Yeah.
below 40. Yeah, I get up there. That's
Yeah,
why I
but
was
Muad'Dib's
surprised by
talking
Cam.
shit.
I was surprised by Cam Lampkin. I was like, I didn't know you were up here with me. That's crazy. That's awesome. I'll just burn through some of my notes right now that I have. Alaric,
Uh-oh. Oh shit, he disconnected, y'all. Oh, I don't know what to do. Shit. Someone ask a question. I'll try to get after it. Someone asked me a question. Like, yeah. Yeah, so I actually just kicked him off. I'm taking control. This is my show now. I want to show y'all my shirt. Uh, yeah, this was on sale, I think, from Fanatics. Look at this shirt. That shirt's dope. It's one of my favorite shirts. Anyways, enough flexing my shirt. Ask me a question. Let's. I don't know what happened to Tuna. Oh, he's back.
oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Hallelujah, he's back. I thought I was gonna have to run the rest of the show by
Where'd my
myself.
audio
I was
go?
freaking out. I was showing him my shirt.
I lost my audio a little bit. You guys hear me?
Yep, we got
You
you
guys can hear
good.
me? Well,
Yep.
as of right now, I can't hear you guys, but you can hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up. All right, we're just gonna roll with it. Whatever questions that you have, Rune, you're gonna have to type them in the chat too, because I'm a little limited right now. So sorry about that. You ever have, dude, Instagram group chats, people hitting the call button? I absolutely hate it. Um, let's see here. Napkins. We're gonna begin this year. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, my notes. Bear with me, Rune. Like I said, Rune, if you have a question, toss it into the chat so I can see it. I'll do my best working here. But we'll get out of here in about 5 minutes after we recap these notes. Thank you guys for tuning in and dealing with our silly stream. The rest of the streams this week will be better because Sheriff Joe Baggs will be joining us as well, and he will be piloting from the mothership, and we'll have Rune as well. Let's see. Yeah, Alaric Jackson was at practice, as was Puka. Both were full participants. Stetson Bennett took the reins. Impressive reps from Warren McClendon. Was paying attention to him a little bit, trying to see how he was in the starting role. A lot of communication in the back end, like I said. Kyron beating Spates on a choice route. Any play action that we saw, especially from Ty with the third team, everything was blanketed. Every time it looked like one guy was going to run open around the 10 to 15 yard range on the back end drag, a DB was right there to vacate and fill. The passing off between zones that I saw in a little bit was very impressive, very cool. And some Ty passes sailing as he settles in. And I think that's the last thing I'll say about Ty Simpson. It's very apparent his arm talent. It's not a question. Like the ball, there's a zip to the ball. There's absolutely you can see when he sets his feet, makes his decision, and he fires it in there. Looks like a first round talent. Now, can he put it together? What is the game plan for him this year? What's his role going to be? I mean, those are the questions that we can speculate, but we're going to have to wait and see and how he delivers. And but by all accounts, I'm putting my money on Stetson Bennett. I think Stetson's going to end up being the man. I think just from technique wise, I think from just leadership wise, he seemed in good spirits. Watching them do quarterback drills at the start of practice, he's joking around with Coach Ragone, uh, joking around with both Matt Caldwell and Ty, just having a good time. So didn't seem like there was any pressure on his shoulders. Let's see here. Rune, I can't hear you, obviously, but they can hear you. By all
Yep, I
means,
know what's
let them
coming.
know. I don't know what we're doing here. Let them know where they can find us and
Oh, I
where
thought you
to
were gonna make me
subscribe
do
to
the.
everything.
I know you can't hear me, but we have another super chat from Ray. I can't put it on the screen, but I just want to say, Ray, thank you for the super chat. I'll hit the air horns for you. There we go. Air horns on that. But yeah, you can go find me, Rams Active, anywhere: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I write Substack. I'm in the middle of an Aaron Donald article. I probably need to
God, I
finish
wish I
that.
could hear
I've
you
put it
guys.
off. But yeah, you can find me, like I just said, Instagram,
Um,
Twitter, YouTube, Substack. That's
all
about
right,
it.
I see you going. Um, Rune, any last bits from the group that I'm missing? You, sir, please type in the comments. Final questions before we get off because of the audio issues. Last questions that we did not address. We already talked about quarterbacks, talked about the defense, how they look, talked about vibes. Any last questions that you guys have? I see special teams. Special teams. They always start special teams units at the beginning. They started that today, and I mean, it looks regular schmegular. It's really hard to really tell. They didn't do like PAT type stuff. You know, your basic punt and everything. Um, can't really talk about who was at returner, but I will say the three players that I watched do most of the returns. Everything was fielded cleanly. Everything was right as rain. Didn't have any problems with that. And I don't know, the transaction between snap to specialist was fine. Everything was clean, no issues. They ran through that period. Everyone looked great. McVay was smiles bouncing around behind the punt team. He seemed to be joking around with Ventrone. So, by all accounts, man, it's everyone's just happy to be out there. Everyone knows the expectations, and I don't think special teams is going to be that big of a glaring issue as last year. It does, and even talking with Mevis, and we'll talk about that here lastly. But we're talking about Mevis, man. He's seeming in a great fucking mood. Like everyone seems happy right now, like where they're at in Los Angeles on the Los Angeles Rams. So pretty cool. Let me see. I see. I'm going. Let me get burn through these comments on here. D line besides Miles, again, really hard to watch. I mean, they're all out there, no pads. I'll be honest. I don't pay too much attention to both trenches without pads on because it's all it takes is one guy being a tryhard, everyone else going 90%, 95%, and one guy's going to look like a superhero, but they don't have pads on. And so it is a little bit hard to tell. But from what I could see a little bit, running is going to be hard to do on this defense as it stands with everyone healthy. Miles Garrett's fast as shit. In my first impression, having him walk by and me just saying welcome to Los Angeles, like I don't like him smiling at me and being nice because he's too big and scary. It's kind of off-putting. I didn't really like it that much. But no, it's super nice guy. And he's it's not right that he's that fast off the edge, being that big. In talking with some other senior beat writers, even they're amazed. Yeah, it just wowed by him, I think is the best way to put it. I don't really know how to formulate words about it, but his presence is felt on the defense. Each play, and then just as you're watching on the sideline. And I'll kind of just leave that off with that. Let me tell the question on the screen. You type the question on the screen, Muad'Dib. Tell us what to do. Paul says, thank you for answering my question. I love y'all shows. Y'all aren't too bad on stats. No, we're just realistic about it. Where we can love the guy. I think he's great. I'm personally rooting for him. I think he's going to do phenomenal. He's at the very least, it's going to be a really interesting case study on quarterbacks when they're given a special opportunity, and we'll see what he does with it. He's a Georgia Bulldog, and Georgia Bulldogs definitely like to fucking ball out. So we'll see. Yeah, nickname the new show 2.5 horns. Congratulations, you have half a horn, Rune. Oh, here we go. Mike saying, did you see CJ Daniels? Did he stand out at all? The one note that I have about him, didn't pay attention to anything like standout wise, pass wise, or anything. When he's running his routes, I noticed on some hitch routes, some curl routes, comebacks, he isn't as sharp making that comeback turn. He's got to sharpen it up a little bit, but that's just going to come with reps, and it's going to come with whatever tricks he's going to learn from Devontae and Coach Yarbs and Coach Woods. But you can sense the guys who have been doing it for a few years, how tight everything is versus the younger guys. Like, see, it wasn't bad or egregious, but if you've just been kind of watched enough routes, you see like, okay, it's bending a little bit. He's got to work on his foot placement, and that'll get cleaned up. But what I did notice from him was in play on 2 separate plays, watching him dig downfield to go get that next block, to go take that track where he's locked in right out the play, and he knows who he's got to go attack. That Jarquez Hunter run that I talked about, he was the outside receiver on that one. And then watching him take a step, go attack the corner, watching the corner trail.
No. Again. No. Oh, he's back. Oh.
Yeah, I'm on do not disturb, and I'm still
Oh
getting
no. Can you hear me?
nonsense
You can't hear me?
Instagram call. You can't hear me? All right. We're out of here. You sign off.
All right, but yep. You can find me Rams Active, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Maybe a TikTok soon. I don't know. Yeah, gonna say it for a 4th time because I always repeat. But YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Substack, Rams Active. Go follow.